Hello guys, how are you doing? Everything all right? Yeah, so today is another day. I always say that, right? Kind of weird. Yeah, it's a Sunday and it's quiet and there's nobody on the street. Literally, I'm just alone on the street. Of course, there are people probably staring at me from their windows. But yeah, I decided to come out for a walk. I have my shopping. I went and bought some milk and I was looking at bananas and looking at other things and they were so expensive. I was like, I'm not going to buy from the local kiosk because they're very expensive, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I do appreciate it. It's nice to hear from you. I'm in UK now and it is sunny. I'm forcing myself not to wear sweaters so that I can adapt and adjust to the climate. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that I'm going to always be feeling cold if I keep on wearing warm clothes, So yeah, today is Sunday. Like I said, there's hardly anybody outside. See outside, it's just like that. Let me show you. Yeah, so this is how people park their cars off the street, which is so weird. It's something that you can't even imagine anybody. In Kenya right now, everybody would be getting a ticket and the city council would be rich because people are not parking the way they're supposed to. But over here, they're very realistic because the streets are narrow, the parking is kidogo, and people just learn to drive carefully. And if you touch one of these cars when you're driving, you guys, you're in trouble. I was watching some YouTubers, should I say Kenyan Americans in the US, warning Kenyans that they should be careful, that they should not break the law, that they should not overspeed, that they should not. But the fact is that it is almost impossible. You see this car right here, it's like I'm almost talking about accidents and you can see a car here that has had an accident. Yeah? Somebody has actually hit their side mirror. That's the reason why you take insurance. Insurance is supposed to cover you. Nobody goes around trying to have accidents. Nobody goes around, at least no normal human beings go around trying to break the law. Although they say that ignorance of the law is no defense, the fact is that mistakes happen, and that's the reason why the law is there. You either get a fine, so that you don't do it again, or you get let off, because we are in this world and as humans we will always make mistakes. There's no perfect human and it will never be ever perfect. And so to have to live in an environment where you're always looking, you just know that if you make a tiny mistake, you might actually find yourself across the border, then that is a very unfair society, and it's not the kind of society that anybody would want to live in. Why would I want to live there? Why, guys? Why are you forcing yourself to live in such places? Well, if it's because of the money, I can understand. Otherwise, you're going to start telling us here that you don't break the law, don't overspeed, don't drink, don't drive while you're drunk. These things happen in our countries. Yeah, but that's why there's something called a parking ticket, a fine. Yeah, there's some people who drive and they're drunk. Some people drive when they're drunk, like that one there. You see, that person who just drove right by me. Speeding. There's another one driving also fast. Should that person now be taken and thrown across the border because they're driving fast? Look at that. He didn't even stop at the junction. So having a legalistic environment to live in is actually not a positive thing. It's not. Because somebody can be malicious, take your video like the way I am right now, submit it with all your details for your car, and the next thing, everybody is going to become a spy. And you will hate living in that country. Okay, this is lovely Wales, Cardiff, and I always like to show you where I am and what I'm doing. And because it's so pretty. Look at that huge windmill over there. Can you see it? I think you can. I don't know if you can. But anyway, there's a huge windmill. I don't know why suddenly it's facing the other side. Usually it faces a different direction. I don't know, maybe they decided to face it in a different way. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, guys. If you're living in a legalistic society, it becomes really difficult, to enjoy your life, because then everybody just becomes a spy. Nobody gives you peace of mind. Oh, this is our quiet little Wales. The other day I walked so much until I hurt my leg, so thankfully I had carried some medication from Nairobi, some topical gel. It's called fascism gel. I really swear by it. It's so good, so helpful. It's much more useful than deep heat and all these other things, but it works like miracles. So now I'm okay. A lot of you guys are telling me to not forget Kenya, to start talking about Kenya, to start talking about Kenyan politics, to go back to what we used to do with Susan, which was a lot of live shows. I would love to do them, guys. I would absolutely love to do them. The only problem is scheduling. Scheduling is not that easy, guys. It's not that simple. But we will try to at least do one live show a week and let you know. Most likely on maybe the weekend, yeah? When, like today is Sunday. So I think it's a good day to have a live show. Either Sunday or Friday night. Yeah, I think they're good. They were good because also I got to know you, you got to know me. We got to chat and it was kind of like a little therapy session. Let me ask you guys, would you be willing to support that show? Would you be willing to finance it? Would you be willing to fund it? Would you be willing? Because you see, I myself can come online and go on, but the problem is if I want to bring people on board, if we want to bring, you know, Susan all the time, then I believe like a little bit of compensation would be fair. I myself am not yet monetized, so I can't really compensate anybody because of I'm not monetized yet. But some compensation would be nice. So if you're willing to fund the show, I would be more than willing to have the show, actually, to have it. Yeah. I think I'm going to sit down here at my favorite college. You see? Let me take a video of the college. I'm at my favorite college. It's called Eastern Community Campus. It's actually part of Cardiff College, Cardiff and Vale College. You can come here. They have so many good courses in this place, by the way. And they now have this campus here. And it's actually a high school and also a college. It's both. So it's a good place to come and study. And the courses are not that expensive, actually. You can afford it. If you can afford to study in Kenya, you can afford to study here for sure. I love sitting here and chatting with you guys, yeah? Have you guys seen what's going on in America? You know, I cannot believe what's really going on. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, is this the same country that I went to school in? Oh my goodness. I'm almost grateful that I'm in the UK because at least here, you know, people are a little bit more, you know, a little bit more sensitive and sensible, I can say, you know. Because sincerely, I can't imagine what Trump is doing in America. He's messing up that country in such a big way. Until I can't even believe it. I'm almost embarrassed to have actually thought that MAGA was a good idea. Make America great again? It all sounds really good on paper until they implement it. Now, the thing that is just messing me up is I can't believe that he's actually giving free passage to people who destroyed Southern Africa. To the guys, the Afrikaans, the Afrikaners, the people who stole the land of the Africans in South Africa. Yeah? And South Africans have been so good to them that they're actually living with them comfortably and peacefully. You know, we also have the colonizers living with us in Kenya. But you know, they call themselves Kenyan cowboys. They don't behave like that, and they would not want to go and live in America. I can tell you that one for free. They would not want to go and live in America. No way. No way. They would rather be in Africa. Let me tell you what I have heard right here in the UK from a lot of South Africans. In fact, many of them own businesses. Many of them own shops and places, and they do not, you know, think that the UK is better than South Africa. In fact, many of them actually have had a really hard time adapting and adjusting to life in the UK. It's not easy. Helpers are there. You have land, you have the sunshine, you have good quality food. My God, are they going to get the shock of their lives? Let them go to America. Let them go and get free passage into America. Africans, unless they are very, very, very poor, maybe unless they really have no place to live, unless they're completely destitute in Africa, maybe in that particular case, yes, because the America will give them a place to stay, housing, food, and everything. But you think that the real Africans, the guys who are running the South African economy, would be happy to go and become, I don't know, citizens or refugees in America? Do you know when you're a refugee in a country, you cannot go back? These guys, I just cannot wait for the stories to come back about them regretting, because they are definitely going to regret. They will. What I can tell my South African brothers and sisters, because this is really like a stab in the back, it's very spiteful of the American government to do this. It's almost like a divide and rule tactic. What I would like to tell my South African brothers and sisters, just remain strong. Amandla, away to just remain strong, just remain African, because, we are proudly African. All of us, we love you. And I am Kenyan, and I love my brothers and sisters in South Africa. And we have a kind of shared history, all of us who were colonized. Although South Africa just came out of colonialism just in the 90s, but we have a shared history of pain and trauma. We were traumatized by this colonialism, and the fact that we actually are not really truly going after the colonizers. Really, we Africans, we are very forgiving people. Just like the same way the Native Americans, the indigenous people of America who really own the country of America, who are the really rightful owners, the rightful heirs of the country of America, they have been very patient and accommodating, although you see their population has actually decreased to about 2%, only 2% of the population. So basically, it's just basically, what can we say? It's, it's just amazing. Yeah, so, when you see that kind of thing happening, you guys, just understand that this thing cannot work. It cannot work. What I'm seeing Donald Trump do is actually destroy the fabric of American society. You see, so many African Americans have actually moved to Kenya, and one of them was online on Facebook, was saying how she could not believe the humanity in Kenya. My friend who was recently returned now to America just tells me how much she really misses Kenya, how much she really wants to come back and contribute back to the country. And I want to, encourage my African American sisters and brothers, come back home. Come back home. And anybody who's a moderate, non-African American, anybody who's moderate, anybody who, is not like a biased human being, somebody who's a human, who has humanity in them, you're more than welcome to come and live in our countries, because we always welcome people, and we will always be welcoming as Africans. We have a beautiful continent, we have enough to share, and as long as you're not coming with the Donald Trump tactics to our country, you are very welcome to Africa. And I'd like to say to our Kenyan brothers and sisters, I have seen some of you guys posting things like, what are these people doing here? You're worried probably because the cost of living is going to go up. The cost of housing, utilities and everything might go up because there's so many people who want to relocate and come back to Africa. But what I will say is, I think that we need to realize that we are all humanity and all of us are struggling. And when people come from outside, there's no need of charging them more. Really, there's no need, because in the end, they're going to purchase more anyway. They're going to be, clients. They're going to give the next door mamamboga work to do. They're going to give business to the local supermarket. They're going to give jobs to people. There will be all kinds of people that they're going to hire. They will also be, helping our economies grow. So I would just like to say that this is a positive thing. It's a positive trend. We should look at what's happening in America as an opportunity to grow our economies. And I've said that before on my channel, that just like what China is doing right now, they're looking for alternative markets for their goods. Africa is a good place because they'll be looking for a place to dump their stuff. We should just take advantage, you know what I mean? If there's that fridge that you always wanted to have and you couldn't, that TV, that phone, the iPhone, it's about time, get those things. Let China sell them to Africa cheaply so that we can all get digital and everybody can start making content for the social media. On the other hand, let Africans also start becoming, innovating. Let Africans start innovating. Let us create our own social media platforms, our own YouTubes, our Africa Tubes. Let's start creating our own Africa TikToks and Africa Tubes so that we can actually post our material on there and probably get a wider audience amongst our own Africans. Yeah, so guys, this is how I look at it. Like they say, one man's meat is another man's poison. Yeah. One door closes, another one opens, and that's how I believe, and that's how I live my life. Yeah. So anyway, oh, what a lovely day. I just cannot believe it. Let me turn this thing. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's really lovely, and it's sunny. Lovely. You notice how much I love this top, yeah? I have a friend who's timing it. I think one thing I am missing is making my own clothes. Yeah, I'm missing that, but anyway, I'll get to that point. So let me go home. I bought some jam and some milk. Yeah. You guys remember this jam? Hartley's jam. I just got some of that jam. Black currant. Oh my god, I love it. I love black currant jam. You know, in Kenya, we should actually be making these jams. And what else did I buy? Whole cow's milk. Yeah. Something that I just discovered is called Delamere. Whole cow's milk. It's sterilized. Our milk is carefully treated to give it long life. So it's a long life milk. And because I'm used to long life, that's what I've bought. And I've discovered that in the house, people are not drinking milk. And I'm like, hey, man, I come from dairy country. I need my milk. Well, guys, can you believe that today they said there's been the Met Department has given a warning that people should not be outdoors from 11 o'clock to 3 p.m. And right now it's 12:25. But the warning was for London, Birmingham, Manchester, and where? Yeah, London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds. Actually, there's going to be a high of 24 degrees to 26 degrees. And they're calling that dangerous. And they're even giving people advice to actually shut their windows, put blinds over their windows, shut the curtains. This is crazy, guys. I mean, what's wrong with the sun? What's wrong with the sun? But the kids out today, they're playing basketball and football. So sometimes it's good to go out with the kids. I mean, when else do you go out with the kids except when it's sunny? It's the best time to go. So today I'm being mother hen, taking them out so that they can practice their skills. One of the things I like about Wales is that they have all these places for kids to play. Rollings is there playing with the basketball, but he's actually good at football. And Maha has been busy also. She's going to be kicking that ball so that at least she can strengthen her leg muscles, because she's pretty good with her arm muscles but not good with her leg muscles. And I just get to sit here and watch them and enjoy the sunshine a little bit, although there's still some cold in the background. And actually shoot. Okay. He's trying. These kids have not been outside. They're usually behind on their Chromebooks and on the TV, and I'm trying to get them to get out so that they can do some exercise. Okay, we can switch sides now. And Maha can take that basketball now. Now all of a sudden, guys, I'm a coach. Can you believe this? Me, a coach. Oh, but they seem to be enjoying it anyway. Yeah. Kids have grown so big. It's just amazing. You know, I just love them and I'm so happy to be with them. They're so sporty. I just told them that when I was raising my son, who is now grown up, I actually did not focus much on sports with him, except for swimming. But now, oh, well done, Maha, well done. Yeah, so now I decided, no, I'm going to actually focus and make them play sports, because it's good for their bodies, good for them to get some, like, workout, tone out a little bit. Oh, Rawlings is really good at football. Did you get any awards this time, Rawlings? Both these kids have got really good athletic physiques. These kids are very athletic, and sometimes it's good to encourage children when you can see as an adult that they have a gift and they're not using it. You have to almost fight with them to get away from the TV, but once they come out, they realize it was good for them. So this is the sun that they're talking about. I don't even feel the sun. I'm actually even feeling cold now. And it's 12:30, so I'm gonna head back to the house now and wish you guys a nice Sunday. Yeah, right from Wales. Thank you very much for watching. Doo-doo.